Sail away. No, don't just hide it. Sail away. No, don't look back here. Sail away. Sail away. Don't just stop here.
Most of us that are African American have dealt with racism most of our lives. So it's not a new thing. It's just new that people are actually coming together and speaking up about it more and actually paying attention. So now we've got everybody focused on the same thing at this time. And I think that's beautiful and really important. I think for me as an artist, the biggest thing I can do is be authentic and talk about racism. I'm a big advocate of voting, so I really drive that home even to like some of my white friends that don't vote. I'm like, this is so important, So I think when it comes to art, what I just try to do is speak from my experience and be as authentic as possible and hope that that can help tie in, bring people into the conversation so we can have a deeper level of understanding of what's really going on. And so that's kind of where my focus is just being honest and educating people in a way that I think brings them to the table and doesn't push them away.
Girl, just move forward to better days. Better days. Don't get lost here. Will you release the pain? Oh, darling, will you release the pain? No, don't just live here. Release the pain. Release the pain. Don't just stop here. Why don't you
My honest voice is, to me, fiery, feisty, still really heartfelt. And so anytime I approach a project, I always think not what anybody else is doing or what trend is going on or any of that. I really focus on what I want to create and why it's important to use my voice to talk about heartbreak, talk about racism, talk about bringing people together. Like, that's where I get to be honest. I don't hold anything back in my art. And that's what is like the most important thing to me. I think as an artist, to me, I really want people to take away that you can go through really tough things in life. And so that transfers in every dynamic, every kind of situation. You can go through really tough things and come out on the other side as long as you do the work and you take action to get to where you want to be in. So I think when I think about what I'm showing up as myself, and I'm having people discuss really difficult things, but also having a good time while doing it. And that's important to me because I want it to feel not like you're getting a lecture, but we're having a full-on conversation together. One of the things that music does that I think is why I love it so much is you get to talk about difficult things in a way that disarms people. So I think music itself has always been a movement, and we've always used it as the background to all these really difficult things that have gone on throughout history. And so you can be peaceful, but you can still be aggressive. Like I always say love and equality. We think about it as this thing of like, oh, just got to be peaceful, but equality takes pushing. It takes being aggressive. It takes taking action. You know what I mean? It's not a peaceful thing. It is a strategic thing. So for me, I think when I show up in music is always a conversation piece to get people on board. And it is its own entity. You've got organizers that are being creative, right, in the movement, because you have to be able to have everybody now hashtag Black Lives Matter, and that is like now a global thing. It's not even a U.S. thing. It's a huge phenomenon now across the world. So I think creativity in those spaces, when it comes to it's just people solving problems, right? So art to me is where you just show up and you've got an issue, right? Like a heartbreak, or feeling down or feeling joyful or whatever, and then you basically show your work for that, right? That emotion that you're having at that time. And so I think everything is creativity. It takes creativity to build a movement. It takes creativity to release art. Art's just going to be the backdrop for all of this. It really is. You can't think about a movement without thinking about the music that was created when all of it was going on.